Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of One Take. I'm your host, Sean, and today I have not one but two special guests today in the podcast. They're also from VGA, like Midnight from last week. Their names are Quazi and StarKitsune. Welcome, guys.
Thank
Howdy.
you.
Alright, so are you guys ready to answer some questions I have here?
Sure.
Okay.
Alright. And today is also a special Valentine's Day episode as I have a heart background of my webcam, of course. Very lovely.
I see nothing.
Well, no, you can't see it, but once you see the video, you'll see it.
Star,
Yes.
I choose you.
Oh.
Um,
Love is in the air, guys.
I will,
Alright.
I will fox you up.
nice. PG-13, right?
Yeah, PG-13, no R.
Oh.
No.
Because it's a school
Fudge.
project.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, first question of the day. B.D. Wong, who is most recognized as Dr. Henry Wu from the Jurassic Park series, has been casted as Dr. Hugo Strange in the Gotham TV show. Tell me, who is the best TV villain overall? We'll start with Quasi this.
Okay. I don't know who you were referring to earlier from the BD Wong thing, but the best villain is definitely going to be someone I cannot mention for horrible spoilers. Crap. Pass. Hold on. I'll come back. Let's start answer first.
Alright, Star.
Oh god, I got food in my mouth. I expect you to pass. I don't know. I don't watch Gotham. But I know who B.D. Wong is. I know who the character is. I know who the actor is. So that's a very interesting take on Doctor Strange. When you say best TV villain, you mean like of all time?
Yeah, it could be of all time.
I can't remember his name, but the show Generator Rex had like my favorite villain of any TV show of all time.
What was the show again?
Generator Rex.
Generator X.
Van Clyce. God damn.
Okay. Well, there's your answer. What could you explain what this villain is, though?
It was like if Sephiroth wasn't an emo, was an emo, but it was still as badass.
Yeah, I've never heard of Generation X. What is that?
He was pretty much an he was a straight up XP of Sephiroth, but without the emo-ness.
Mm-hmm.
He was actually like very gentlemanly,
Mm-hmm.
but he still had like the long hair and the giant weapon.
Okay.
It was the best. He was the greatest.
Was he like a cheesy type villain?
So it was a comedy cartoon made by the people who made Ben 10 for people who don't know.
Ooh, Ben 10.
Generator Rex was about a kid who, in this world, the world went through a big giant Earth-like boom that fused nanites into everything.
Mm-hmm.
Buildings, plants, people, animals, whatever. Everything has nanites in it now. And that causes cancerous mutations in people and plants and buildings and stuff randomly. And Generator Rex can control his nanites for reasons he can't even explain. And he helps the government stop these mutations by using his mutations to his advantage. And Van Clyce was someone else who could control their nanites, and he was just a dick.
Quasi, do you have your answer yet?
I now have too many answers, but I will focus on one. Can I assume everyone here has watched Power Rangers in Space?
I watched some of it. I
Was-
I vaguely remember.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was. All right, so set us up. I'm not going to try to spoil too much, but this is the last era of one of the last eras of Saban series, last era of Zordon, and in this case here we had a specific villain who was kind of dressed in all black, very geometric shaped, and he took on an apprentice, a girl in this case here, who was very important to the plot. unlike the other villains of Power Rangers, which are, one-dimensional,
Hmm.
he was like one of the first times we had like a very three-dimensional character who had like depth and honor and all that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
And like, you knew he was bad, but he had like a code. In this case here,
If you say the name, I might be able to picture it in my head.
I actually can't remember the name, but
Okay.
do you remember the main villain of Power Rangers in Space? The one that the Red Ranger was really trying to save? The girl?
Like I said, well, I guess I didn't really say. I just said it was a long time ago. Last time I watched Power Rangers in Space was live on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't remember that much from Power Rangers in Space. I know they're all the series of Power Rangers on Amazon Prime and all that. I actually have all of them on my watch list, believe it or not.
Excuse my typing for a second, but I'll just get you guys a picture. Mainly because I actually forgot the name of this person too. I haven't watched it in so long. But in this case here, basically, dang it. Corone was the how do I say this? Corone was the person that the Red Ranger was trying to save quite often, even though they were a villain. And specifically, I think the name was Ecliptor. Ecliptor was the villain who took on that kind of ninja samurai
Can I
kind
just
of
say
role.
that the most Power Rangers villain name?
Ecliptor.
Ecliptor.
I always thought Zordon was a villain name for the longest time. I don't know why. I know who Zordon is. I'm just saying.
Well, he is a villain if you look at it in a certain way. He took away the lives of these teenagers and made them fight a war they didn't know anything about.
Oh, did you watch that adult Power Rangers? Yes.
Oh, I watched
That's
the
what-
short film too.
That's why I think of that now.
Yes. Actually, it wasn't Ecliptor. No, it's Ecliptor. Yeah, it's Ecliptor. Here, I'm gonna send you guys a link in the Skype. I'm completely derailing this, but that's the link if you want to see what he looks like.
Oh, that fucking guy. Okay.
That guy.
Oh shit.
Oh wait,
Wait,
he
now.
looks. Oh, did you guys cuss?
I'm
Maybe.
cursing up the storm, right? I cursed up the storm, cursed at myself, and then cursed again for cursing at myself.
Yeah. Well, screw it.
Oh,
But try not cuss as much next time.
once podcast after hours.
Yeah, one podcast after hours, we can definitely do that.
What?
Podcast after hours, so you can guys cuss wherever you want.
But yeah, this guy, if you guys remember, like, everything about him, he was always, at one point, he was actually almost helping the Rangers, pretty much. And it's all because he was actually like a father-like figure to one of the characters. And he, like, totally had honor and everything. He was the best villain because you related to him and you kind of wanted him to win a little bit because you liked him, because you understood where he was coming from. Those are the best villains.
Yeah, I was actually gonna mention one of the villains from Power Rangers, actually, Rita Repulsa, who's very memorable, of course, from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series. And I think if you saw my last week's episode, I talked about Elizabeth Banks being casted as Rita Repulsa for the new movie coming out.
Who's Elizabeth Banks?
She's from the Pitch Perfect series, Hunger Games, as the I can't remember her name from Hunger Games.
If you watched Pitch Perfect.
Oh, her.
Yeah.
I just googled her. I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah.
She's also from Wet Hot American Summer, of course.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're pretty much done with that question, right?
I think so.
So who watches Gotham, by the way?
Not this guy.
Me.
And are you excited that Hugo Strange is going to be in it?
Strange is the magic dude, right?
Is he the
No.
No, he's not.
That's Marvel.
No, Hugo Strange.
Hugo Strange was the you played Arkham City.
Oh, Mad Doctor.
Mhm.
I don't actually know very much about Hugo Strange, honestly. So
Hugo Strange's only thing is that he's super smart and is one of the few villains who's consistently always known who Batman's identity is.
Yeah.
That's like one of his. That's like one of his like things that makes him Hugo Strange is I know who Batman is. I know where to attack him.
I got like hyper focused knowledge on certain areas of the Batman lore, and then like giant gaps in certain areas. Hugo Strange is one of them. The gaps.
Yeah, I played Arkham City. And I thought he was a really good villain in that game, actually. Like, I also didn't know who he was at the time. I still possibly don't know him at the time because I feel like he's one of those villains that's like just a mad scientist. I didn't think he was anything else special about him. But if you don't know who BD Wong is, Quasi, he was in Jurassic World recently as the Asian doctor.
Jurassic World Asian Doctor.
He's the Asian doctor.
Is he the one that was in the first Jurassic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
That's Hugo Strange. And
I even know his character was the same character from Jurassic Park. When I saw the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting take on him.
All
You
right.
don't see a lot of actual Asian actors in movies as like a main role.
Well, last time they wanted an Asian actor as a villain, they got scared and backed out. Iron Man.
Which one are you referring to? Oh, Iron Man. I love that one.
All right. Well, I think that's it for that question. Gotham is supposed to be back this month, Quasi?
I'm hoping so. I don't actually know.
Because I've only watched season 1 and I gave up. I honestly really didn't like it.
No? Oh.
No, I didn't.
You never made it to season 2?
Nope.
If you have that will, I would try to start because season 2 is where it kind of picks up. But if you don't, that's fine.
Do you personally think it got better?
I think it got a lot better. Season 1 kind of ended. It kind of started really strong and then dipped very quickly, and then it got good again.
So you're saying they pulled an Agents of Shield?
Yeah, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. started horrible,
Mm-hmm.
and then it got super awesome. So,
All right. Well, that's it for the Gotham question. Second question. In the spirit of Valentine's Day today, actually, could you guys tell me what's the best romantic comedy?
oh,
You're asking like I watch those.
Yeah, I know, but can you think of any that come to your mind?
romantic comedy. Is The Interview out?
The Interview. What, is that? Is that?
There is a total bromance going on between
There
Kim
is a
Jong-il and the Interviewer.
Romance going on in that movie, yeah. You was going to be legitimate and say Pretty Woman.
Oh,
I
okay.
never watched that.
Well, that's the only one I ever watched.
Yeah, is it Princess Bride come to mind, Star?
Oh shit! I forgot that was a. I remember that being a comedy, not a romantic comedy.
It kind of is a romantic comedy.
It has romance in it, so I guess so. All right. Yeah, but Pretty Women I can watch more times than Princess Bride.
I thought Pretty Woman was just more romance. I didn't think it had a comedy element to it.
It did have a big comedy element in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It was just kind of very subtle. Not over the top in any way, shape, or form.
Quasi, do you have anything in mind?
For The Interview?
Wait, is that your choice, really?
Hell yeah. Do you not understand why?
I know what you're saying, but I that's not a choice that would come to my mind first.
Okay, fine. If you want the PG answer,
No, you could say The Interview. I've mentioned R-rated films here before. I can mention them.
Well, I'm just saying, from the perspective of Kim Jong-il, he was a lonely, lonely man. He finally has his idol comes to visit him and pay attention to him. He has his senpai. And now they're all getting along, singing the best songs ever, going partying all night long. He reveals all his masterful plans to him and then gets betrayed. In this case here, totally betrayed. And he cheats on him with his other bromance. Other fat white dude. Americans, man. Screwed over Kim Jong-il in that movie.
That's a really, really great summary of what you did, Quasi.
Thank you. I try my best.
All right. I guess we could move on from that. Number 3. With Unravel and Firewatch out this week, and both being indie games, could you guys tell me what's your favorite indie game?
Rocket League, no, Undertale.
Ooh.
I'm kind of pairing with Star there. I'm not too sure which to pick actually. Rocket League's really great for the multiplayer, and it was free when it first came out, so it's like so many people jumped in on
Undertale
this.
is just the most
Amazing.
horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, I own both games, and I can say I haven't finished Undertale yet, but from my playing currently, I think it's a very, very unique game to it. I've never played Earthbound, which
I'm
it's
still discovering new dialogue in Undertale.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary.
I know you guys watched playthroughs of it, and some of you have probably played it yourselves and finished it. Could you guys tell me if is it really worth all the praise?
Oh yes.
Oh
I-
yeah.
Just now before we were starting this, I was like watching the genocide run.
Mm-hmm.
That's not, you know what that is, right?
Yes, I know what Genocide Run is.
So I didn't have the heart to go and actually play the genocide run because I just can't play those kind of characters. But I was watching it, and it's kind of amazing how dark it gets, like very quickly, if you wanted to.
Yeah.
to.
It just dives.
Yeah, it's like you
Yep.
feel the world get sadder and more empty.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just, I feel like there's a proper, instead of having like 3 separate playthroughs, I feel like it's all, because of the meta story, it's all one playthrough. Like in my mind, you should play a neutral playthrough first, screw up a few times, then play the pacifist playthrough
Mm-hmm.
to go in and continue the story saying, now you're going to do better.
I've been watching somebody play Undertale, and they're playing it like a normal JRPG, and I'm just like, soon you will know.
Yeah. But then after the pacifist playthrough, once you did it all and there's still story to go through, because that's the thing about these extra playthroughs. It's almost a completely new experience every single time because they have completely different animations, completely different dialogues and everything for each kind of run. And then when you do the pacifist playthrough, you don't know all the story. There's still mystery. So you go in, it's like, what the hell? I'll finish it. You do the genocide run. You regret it completely at the end because it's just like, it's very personal to you. And then you try to undo your mistake by going and do the pacifist run. And then for those who play through, they'll understand why that would leave like a bad taste in your mouth. I feel like it's a 4 playthrough experience as one complete game. And those who played the game understand the whole save file is actually part of the storyline.
Yeah.
The whole game in itself is part of the storyline.
I'm gonna take a quick break because my mom is calling me all the way from Vegas and she's probably wondering what I'm doing.
Go.
So yeah, I'll be right back real quick.
Yep.
I'll edit this out when we're done with this.
Yeah.
All right, start talking about all the F words. Go.
All right.
I actually muted your guys' volume so that they don't hear it.
Oh.
Okay, good. So you didn't hear the 7 words you can't hear until they're
Yeah.
being read out in succession.
Yes.
It would have made for good listening. Your teacher would have loved it.
I know, right?
All the little kids being like, I know new words. I'm going to tell my parents.
So you guys chose Undertale as your favorite indie game of all time?
Indie game, yeah.
I feel like we still have to split it up based on multiplayer, where it's a group experience, and then single player. But yes, Undertale is pretty much up there with the best indie.
Quazi, you mentioned Rocket League, and I played that game every single day.
Yes,
Right.
you do.
Yes.
Man, is that game one of the most fun sports games I've ever played in a while.
I kind of
It's
burnt
super
out on it at the moment.
Yeah.
Well,
Other
we've
than that,
overplayed it.
I'll say this: it's easy to pick up.
Quasi.
Anyone can play.
So yeah, it was free on PS Plus when it was released on PS4.
That
Um,
was a smart move.
did you buy any of the DLC it came with?
I think I bought 1 DLC. When I go back to it, I'll probably buy more. This is the thing about me. When someone gives me something for free, and then it's super good and high quality, I will probably go back and intentionally try to buy more of that person's things,
Mm-hmm.
just because I appreciate how much effort and time and everything went into making that. So
Mhm.
like Rocket League, because it was free to me to get, and I could enjoy it for so long, I want to support the developers. So I'm gonna go back and buy more of the DLCs because they didn't have to give me the game in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, here, they could have made tons of money and whatnot. So in that way, they got a loyal fan out of me.
Yeah. Remember watching. You remember the Game Awards last December?
Which ones? There's been a few.
The 2015 one, where Rocket League won Best Indie Game over Undertale.
Oh yeah,
How did you guys feel about that?
nothing.
I could understand it. It's like pitting my two favorite children against each other. I mean, I love you both for very different reasons, but it's unfair to Undertale, but it's not unfair because Rocket League did deserve it.
You're not pitting your kids against each other, right? You're supposed to tell each one that you love the other more, and not tell the other person you said that.
No, I'm gonna tell them that you gotta earn my love. Beat that other one to the pulp.
Whichever one lives
Gets
is
my love.
favorite. Yeah. Doesn't get to die.
Oh man. All right. Well, I'm. So, did any of you guys play Unravel or Firewatch yet?
I don't even know what Firewatch is, but Unravel I do want to check out at some point in life.
I have played Firewatch completely, so I know everything that goes in there.
Without spoiling, what did you think of Firewatch?
I liked it. The ending was very introspective for me.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like I don't know if I should even comment on this without saying spoilers, because it feels like I give something away. It's a good mystery story. That's the thing. You go into it, it starts to escalate like a classic storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Then eventually there's that denouement moment at the very end where everything's understood and everyone's just commenting on it. And then eventually whatever happens and you're done.
Mm-hmm.
I like it because it's a new kind of storyline experience. I'm not going to say this is like the best story, but I really appreciate it for what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I watched VGA's playthrough of Firewatch, and I just thought the dialogue is really, really natural and really good writing all around. Like, I just thought it was a really, really well-written game from what I saw. And it definitely looks really nice when you're looking outside into the forest.
How far did they get in VGA? I can't remember.
They got, like, day 3.
Which one was that?
I don't remember, but I don't know the game itself. I haven't watched any other playthroughs. I just only watched their playthrough of it.
What is Firewatch? Because I only started hearing about it the last couple of days.
Firewatch is a game where you control this guy who is a park ranger, a forest ranger.
Yeah.
So. You basically only have a walkie-talkie to use to talk with another ranger who's in the other side of the forest. You have to. There's a bunch of mystery involved. Like there's mysterious figures all around the place. There's like partying teens you have to deal with, and I think from what I saw, I think there's gonna be something bigger than just partying teens and all that. It's
Sounds like a movie.
It's a very mystery game that seems very intriguing.
This could easily have become a mini series for like a TV show, or this could have easily been like a movie. Honestly, in terms of the storyline, it's super good. It's also important to note this takes place in like the 80s.
Yeah.
So without the cell phones and internet, so like all those storylines that would be so easily solved with all that would be handled properly. So
I thought it was very unique.
Like when we watched Home Alone, we're all like, pull out your cell phone. Oh wait.
Yeah, this generation like kind of screwed in terms of movies now, because like the cell phone can fix everything.
Well, that also makes this generation kind of interesting. Is you gotta come up with new inventive ways to get people like alone
disconnect
and
from stuff.
scared. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they can only get
Yeah,
away with
and-
magic
and-
interfere with technology, or they can go with they don't have cell signal, and that's gonna get old. That's my only concern, because like when you do like old storylines with like the 70s and before and whatnot, you have like no cell phone. It's like calling someone was like a 1 in a 10 chance that they'll actually pick up because they may not actually be near a phone. And then you have that disconnect of communication. That's like amazing for stories. But like nowadays, it's like so hard to be disconnected from someone completely.
Mm-hmm. So is that I think so? Is that why it makes Firewatch unique to you?
It definitely helps because it's realistic as to why the communication is such a pivotal portion of the storyline. It's not like LOL tweet, oh my god, I can't believe these teams did this. It's gonna be every moment of that conversation is an experience that they have to have, and if they don't have it, in this case here, they're completely isolated in these vast woods where anything could be lurking behind the next tree. So.
All right, I think we've gone far with that question, right, guys?
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. So Unravel and Firewatch are out now. On Firewatch is out for PC and PS4. Unravel PC, Xbox One, and PS4. All right. So question 4: Zoolander 2 has released this week, and actually it got a lot of negative reviews. And
Really?
yeah,
I don't doubt that.
it's kind of sad because I really enjoyed the first one.
The first one was an accidental charm, so you can't really recreate an accidental charm.
Yeah, I'm surprised it got the negativity. My brother actually saw it last night. He said it was fine, but he didn't really love it as much as the first one.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like the first one was only successful because they accidentally hit like that charm level of like silliness, and you can tell it was completely an accidental swing.
Yeah.
When you watch the first Zoolander, you can tell they weren't trying, like the cult classic it is now isn't on purpose.
Yeah, I was originally gonna see Zoolander 2 as well, the same week, but when I heard the negativity around it, I was kind of surprised of how much negativity it's getting.
See, for me, it's a little bit. I'm not sure if it's a bad movie or if it's. Comedies always have this problem because, especially for like comedies with like everything's farcical and it's a completely unrealistic world where people are behaving ludicrous.
Yeah.
The first movies always do super well because you get to explore the world through these eyes, who are usually in this case like the straight character who's coming upon this crazy situation, saying, "What the hell are you guys doing?" So that's who we had in the first movie with that reporter lady, I think it was. But like in this movie, like the male models are gonna behave this way. You know who Ben Stiller and Broken Nose guy is, and how they're gonna react. So you don't get that kind of mysteriousness. You just have to build a storyline around it again and make it great. So like you kind of see this for like all movies, like Talladega Nights, Anchorman. Was Anchorman 2 good? Never got to watch that one.
I saw it. I thought it was okay.
Was it as good as the first one?
I didn't see the first one.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm actually interested now to see. Compare you to someone who has seen both in order, and then see which one they say is better, because that was your first movie, Anchorman 2. You never got to see Anchorman 1 now.
No.
So then you get to be my test run. Let's see how that works.
Yeah. Alright, well, the question isn't related to Zoolander at all, or Anchorman or whatever. Could you guys tell me what's the best parody comedy movie?
Parody?
Satire? Anything with parody in it?
Oh, there's so many.
There's so many, and I have to dig my mind through all the shit I've seen.
I like The Interview, again, for various reasons. I mentioned this before, other than the romantic aspects of it. Just because...
Parody? No.
Well, everything's parody at some point. It's a general question, so I'm going to go with it.
I'm thinking through intentional parodies, though.
I mean, the only other parodies I can think of are like those Scream and scary movies, but I don't really trust them anymore to be good.
Mhm.
Scream's not really a though. Scream's a deconstruction.
Oh, sorry, not Scream.
Scary movie?
Yeah, but I don't really judge parody movies upon other movies
Mhm.
to be really that good unless it's like super amazing.
Yeah.
So again, I'm going with Interview just because that's a normal parody in my mind, which is actually creative.
Mhm.
It parodies reality, and I like that whole twist they do upon the characters that we see every day as bigger than life or way too serious to ever joke about.
Mhm.
This question's too hard for me.
You've probably seen a lot of parody movies,
I've
haven't
seen
you?
a lot of parodies.
Before 10 a.m. gaming kid, our brains are not working yet.
Yeah. My phone? No, not my phone. Yeah, I've seen too many parodies that are shit to really think of it. Cause like, I don't know, for some reason, I feel like the best I've seen is the first Scary Movie. And I keep thinking like, no, I've seen better somewhere. But I have no
Back
idea.
to you, gaming kid. You name me a parody movie.
Spaceballs?
Okay, well played.
Okay, all right.
I
But
can.
that's still a rip on Star Wars.
That's-
Though I guess it's still, yeah, it is a parody.
Parody.
It's a parody.
I'm judging you by my standards. Never
Blazing
mind.
Saddles is one.
I never watched that one.
Blazing Saddles is really good. Yes. Young Frankenstein.
Yeah, Real Frankenstein is another one.
Young Frankenstein is my favorite.
All right, well, I guess that's your choice then.
I'm going to go with Young Frankenstein because that is the first parody movie I ever saw, and I'm glad it got me into parodies.
Mm.
Unfortunately, it makes me see every parody that comes out, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of parodies too. Some good, some really bad. Like I've watched most of the Scary Movie films, and I can already, and like you said, the first one still is the best of all of them.
You know what's funny is ever since I was in high school, a little fun fact about me. Ever since high school, I have gone to the movies every single week.
Mhm.
The only time I've ever walked home in the middle of the movie
Mhm.
was a parody. Because I was just like, what's out this week? Meet the Spartans? I'm sure I can sit through that. Nope.
Oh, I remember Meet the Spartans. I turned it off.
It was 25 or 30 minutes in, and I was like, no, I'm going home.
Can we count Kung Fury as a parody movie?
You can if you want.
Then I will go
Independent,
Kung Fury.
Independent short movie.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it technically is parody.
It is parody.
It is satire.
Now, too many people like separate parody or normal movies and indie movies. It's good quality. I'm saying Kung
Well,
Fury.
indie movies give you a little bit of leeway because you know it's independently funded and filmed, so if it looks a little off,
Mhm.
there's a little bit of leeway for that.
The
Some
only,
movies do not get away with that though.
I don't know, indie movies get that extra praise from me just because of how little support they've had to do it. So in my
no,
mind, they
'cause
deserve more.
when indie movies get praise, it's because of how much they accomplished on that tiny budget.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, in that scenario, that's the distinction that would matter. But really, it's still a good movie.
Mhm.
And I would say that Kung Fury is like a good trope on everything, like 90s kid culture.
Only problem with Kung Fury is just a little too much CGI.
There's like
Love good
99% CGI.
Yeah, I would love classic 80s practical.
So Kung Fury is your choice, and Young Frankenstein is your choice.
Sure.
All right. If I had to choose for me, I would actually go Spaceballs just because it introduced me to the parody world. Honestly, like that was literally one of the first movies I saw.
Hey, I still got Mel Brooks, so
Yeah, Mel Brooks is a genius.
he is a freaking genius.
I think that's pretty much it for that question, right?
Sure.
So,
We have two more questions, then we're moving on to our last segment, which is the quick questions I had last time. Fuller House, which is the new revival series of Full House on Netflix, has a new full-length trailer this week. Do you guys think Fuller House will be a success, or will it be a failure?
I don't know.
They are missing the most important character of Full House.
The twins?
Yeah.
Well, do you really want to bring them back, considering like all the stuff that they've done in their recent life?
Have you seen them? They are hot.
I'm sorry. Censor me in that when you do your edits.
Is that why people are watching Full House? Because the little kids, they feel awkward about watching all the time. They can now all glad.
See, I was gonna say when you asked that question, that's gonna be all the people who grew up watching Full House are gonna be making their kids watch it. But now with Star's response about wanting to find all the hotness in the old kids, you've made my answer very creepy. Thank you very much, Star.
No, seriously, I saw the trailer for Full House and I'm like, Stephanie got stacked, yo.
I haven't watched the trailer yet, so I don't know anything about what they look like. I don't even know what. I don't actually know what Stephanie or.
So imagine all of them, all the kids grew up, and all of them are freaking good looking.
Pretty much.
I don't want to imagine them because I only had the picture of them as kids in my mind.
I know.
The only one I'm actually thinking of could be attractive is like the oldest sister, and like I was like 6 at the time, and she was like this teen heartthrob.
She looks great. They all look great.
Okay, I gotta look this up now. Hold on, Stephanie. Sorry for the typing.
But do you guys think it will be a success or will it fail on Netflix?
Oh, she's pretty. I don't know. They did a reboot of Boy Meets World, right?
Girl Meets World.
Now it's Girl Meets World. Yeah. Was that a success?
It's still going.
Yeah, it's still going. People love it.
That's good then. I think there's a possibility.
I've seen
how they do it.
I've seen a little bit of it, and it mixes the kind of humor Boy Meets World had with modern. It's weird when it focuses on the parents. It deals with the humor that Boy Meets World had, like that '90s humor. The way humor was in the '90s, and then it goes to the kids, and it goes with humor that Disney Channel likes to use nowadays, and it goes back and forth. So it feels like two different shows sometimes, but in a good way. Like you get which one you're looking for.
So there is a chance that could be successful since Girl Meets World was successful, right?
As far as I can tell, Girl Meets World is successful. But Full House is hard to say because Full House, is a show that is completely split on the fan base. People either fucking love it or fucking hate it. There isn't in between.
I watched it when I was a kid. I wasn't like super drawn to it, but I watched it. It was good.
I never met somebody who went at Full House. Everyone's always either fully loved it or fully hated it. And
I just don't know if it could be better or even if the show was really that good. It's like good in my mind as like a nostalgia thing. And just because I haven't seen it in so long, I'm like, well, it could be great. But honestly, if it's just going to be a remake of the old episodes and the old storylines, And how involved will like the uncles be? Again, are they going to be just cameoing in, or are they going to be like full-time cast members?
That is something the trailer revealed. Is they're going to focus on the fact that the kids now have kids.
That's fine. I mean, they did that with Boy Meets World. It makes sense. Their lives are going to move on.
I know, but the uncles are still there too, so it's generations. Which I guess is why it's Fuller House. It's 3 generations in a house, not 2. But it's...
How many rooms did the upstairs have?
According to the show, not enough for the kids to all have their own separate rooms. They've always had to share throughout the entire show. They always had to share in one way or another.
Did each kid have their own kids, or did like one person have like 5 kids and then
I don't know if Stephanie has kids.
I just want to know
I doubt Kim has kids.
Because unless they like reclaim the uncle spaces, like they now live.
Knowing the character of Kim, her having kids is a 1% chance.
Why is that?
It's Kim.
Kim is the best character.
I know.
Kim is.
But
Oh.
in the universe of Full House, nobody tapped that.
Let me just go in and go. What's his face from Jurassic Park? Kim will find a way. It will happen. She is a natural force.
She will kidnap a man for a couple days if she has to.
Let's not make this
gosh,
dark.
yes.
Kim will just find a way. It will happen. And be like, guess what, Full House? Or whatever their family's name was, Tanners.
I just realized, knowing the character of Kim and thinking of that character as an adult, she probably would capture a man for a couple days just to have kids.
She is a hot mess, yeah.
That
would kidnap a random man.
Oh man.
I'm trying to picture all of these like catchphrases he had in the old show, and now as like a dark theme, as some poor guy's strapped to a chair, like, oh my god, where am I? And then she like slams through her door.
There you go.
Oh man. There's our predictions for Fuller House.
Exactly.
That's your
That's the
your Full
season
House.
finale.
That's
No,
the season.
That's the mid-season finale, and then season finale is when Kim gets arrested.
But it's Netflix though.
She gets arrested after
Oh,
murdering a bunch of cops trying to arrest.
But
If it's Netflix, there's gonna be like an adult scene or two in there.
yeah, it's Netflix, so all the episodes have to
Yeah.
release.
In reality, though, they're going to stick to what made Full House, like what people loved about it, which is the sitcom humor.
See, I don't think I can get past, because I watched Full House when I was a kid, and the dad was all wholesome, and then I watched him as an adult, and I hear all his humor, and he's like so foul-mouthed.
Oh
I can't get past that anymore.
no!
If I hear him go all sweet, How I Met Your
I hear
Mother
people
voice,
saying that. Like once you hear his stand-up,
it's vulgar as hell, and I don't normally care. But I don't know. I think it's just the distinction between who he was in the show and who I grew up hearing him to be, and then seeing him say all these horrible, crude things.
I forget his name.
I just can't get past that. It's like my mind doesn't reconcile these two people as the same person.
I know it's gonna be interesting. I hope the Fuller House has an episode where it's revealed he has that.
I don't know where you're going right away when you're supposed to say that.
Like behind closed doors.
Oh man, alright. Well, I think that's it for that question. Fuller House is supposed to release on Netflix sometime this month. Last question for the main questions. Deadpool is finally released this week and is getting a bunch of praise from critics and audiences. Quasi, I'm assuming you've seen it.
Yes.
And Star, have you seen it?
As of this recording, I am seeing it the day after this recording.
Okay. Without spoiling, Quasi, what did you think of it?
Amazing. Let me just say, X1, X2, the X-Men original movies, were amazing. X3 screwed the pooch, and it continued an entire line of storylines that ruined everything, including the original take on Deadpool with that Wolverine origin story.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Wolverine never had a movie with Deadpool in it.
Oh, crap.
Crazy? That never
Well,
happened.
no, this is the perfection of what they've done. They've had the whole X-Men series rebooted with a timeline story, and now we have Deadpool as he should have always been, in this case. The merc with the mouth, finally.
Can you guys give me 1 second? My mom's calling me again.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, guys.
Alright, start cussing up a store.
About that, you guys. And my mom just came back from Vegas.
How was her flight?
It was fine for her.
So
So yeah, we were back to Deadpool. Quasi.
I just wanted to point out here.
Go ahead.
The Ghostbusters trailer announcement just came out. It's tagged with Kristen Wiig and Bill Murray.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Well, I wish I had that on the news, on my news here.
You wanna throw it in? Break.
I'll throw it in after the Deadpool one.
Okay.
So Quasi, as you said, what did you think of Deadpool?
It is the correction of the original error that destroyed Deadpool. Now Deadpool is exactly as he should have always been. It is the best portrayal, conversion of a comic book character to a movie in the truest format.
Mm-hmm.
In this case here, if Star, I don't know what your experience with Deadpool is, but if you have any knowledge of him, you will go and see the movie, and when you see it, you will say, it's like I'm looking at a moving comic.
One of the biggest Deadpool fans ever.
You will be so happy.
Yes.
I am excited to hear what you have to say when you come back.
Yes, I am too. I
I'm
watched.
the guy who happily played the Deadpool game twice, just because the character, I loved it that much.
Yeah, I saw the Deadpool movie on Friday night with my friends. Packed theater. I had good seats as well. Man, did we have the blast of blast watching it.
I feel like it's going to be like Lego Movie where I fell on my seat laughing.
That's
Yeah, I laughed so hard in a lot. Did you laugh hard, Quasi, when you made joke?
There was moments where I almost hurt myself. So I watched it just last night. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And I keep thinking about every single moment in that movie. Like, you can't go like 5 seconds without a joke at some moments. And it's not like a half-assed joke either. It's a really good joke in there, and it's so subtle. I think I have to watch this like 5 or 6 more times just to get all the references.
Yeah, there was apparently
It's Deadpool.
Yeah, some people linked in our chat room for VGA. There's over 100 Easter eggs that people might have missed.
Oh, I don't doubt it. That's probably on the short.
And somebody actually like tweeted me, stay until the after credits if you really love Deadpool that much.
Yeah, you really can't not. You have to expect that will be something.
Which I'm interested to know what they mean by that. I love Deadpool that much.
All right, so we love Deadpool except for Star, who hasn't seen it yet.
He loves Deadpool.
Oh, no,
No, I'm talking about the movie though.
Okay.
I'm talking about the movie.
I was
I'm
gonna
not.
say, excuse me.
No. In terms of the character though, we all of us love him, pretty much.
How dare you, sir, say such a thing about Star?
I'm sorry. I apologize. So now tell me, what is the best R-rated comic book film? You can use Deadpool if you have seen it.
R-rated comic book film. It's a hyper-specific one.
R-rated comic book films?
There's quite a few.
Can you name me some?
Kick-Ass.
Oh yeah, that was comic.
Blade, the Blade series.
I hated that.
I didn't see those.
Oh, you didn't see those? There's a couple more I know.
I didn't like Kick-Ass though. So.
Blade made me hate
I'm at
Ryan Reynolds.
Until you saw Deadpool.
Yes, Deadpool redeemed Ryan Reynolds in my eyes for once.
Oh man, I can look up a list of if you want me to.
Sure, 'cause that was not a ton. That was 2.
Yeah.
And only one of them I would say is maybe good, but I was still gonna go with Deadpool. That's still the best. Maybe it's just because it's so recent to me, but still.
Yeah, I can also Dread 3D. You can say.
Okay.
Star, do you want?
Wait, Dread was R?
Yeah.
Epic Dread.
Sin City,
I
Watchmen.
haven't seen Deadpool yet, and you won't let me use it, even though I already know it's probably true.
I never watched Sin City, so I don't know.
So, are you picking Dread, Star?
I'll take Dread until I see Deadpool.
You're gonna change your answer. I know you will.
I know. You just said I can't use it because I haven't seen it.
So tell me, why did you guys choose Deadpool and Dread? We'll start with you this time, Star, for Dread.
I already said my reason.
Yeah, but do you have any reasons why you chose Dread as your favorite R-rated comic book film?
Oh, it's because it's probably one of the best films ever made, period.
Which Dread are you referring to right now?
The
Dread,
new one.
The latest one.
The big tower thing that he had to work through?
Yeah.
It was okay.
It was okay. Okay, fine. Well then.
I watched it. I liked it.
That was the only time I walked out of an action movie and felt satisfied.
Yeah, I would also say Deadpool. currently because I just thought it was a really, really funny, really action-packed, really, really good movie overall. And what's so cool about Deadpool was that it felt so indie. Like, it felt like an indie film to me.
Deadpool did?
Kinda. Yeah, I did a little bit. There's like hints of moments where you're saying no mainstream movie would ever do or say these kind of things,
Yeah.
and you kind of only get that kind of humor and self-awareness from indies usually nowadays. So I can see that.
Also, my friend said a little incident for my antidote, whatever you want to call it, for my friend
Mhm.
who went to see Deadpool. He said there was a bunch of parents there with their kids, thinking it was just another movie. And he said when they walked out, he looked back, and every single one of the parents was pissed.
Of course.
What did they expect?
Yeah, what did they expect?
Yeah, we're R-rated. I must take my child to see this. This is the next, I don't know,
It's related.
explore the door or whatever.
It's good for my kids.
X-Men is one thing, fine. But where do they, like, did
But-
they not even look at the R rating? Were they not warned when they went through and bought the ticket and they're like, you know this is an R-rated film, right? And you're like,
You know what?
what does
He was
R-rated
like-
mean?
he's just like- He said he laughed because he knows those kids now have a lot of new kinks to themselves now.
Yeah.
Those children benefited from this, but oh, I fear for the movie managers and cashiers who have to deal with them. There should be like a stupidity clause saying, if you watch this after we warned you and you complain, you got to pay us more money
Yeah.
just for having to deal with you, like an administrative charge.
Oh man, yeah, yeah, Deadpool was such a blast with my friends, and it was very, very funny. Like, I want to see it again because I feel like I missed a lot of jokes that I didn't catch. Did you yeah, I really enjoyed Deadpool. I think I would have to choose that one as well. But I think we moved on from that. I guess we have to move on to our breaking news now.
Ooh.
To our that there is a new Ghostbusters. The new Ghostbusters sneak peek trailer just came out, guys.
Okay. I'm not going to watch it.
You're not gonna watch it?
It's a
No.
trailer. It's an announcement for the trailer.
Well,
And I pointed this out. Go ahead and say it.
are we gonna watch? So we're not gonna really say anything about it. Or are we just gonna?
I'll comment on the news, but I'm not going to watch the trailer. I've made a new rule for myself.
You're
For
the-
movies I want to
host.
see, I do not want to see trailers for it.
I pointed it out to you off camera, but if you want to point it out because you're the host, you can go for it.
Well, I just wanted to point. I didn't know that it would just come out already when we're recording this right now. So, I mean, do you want to watch it right now? We could do like a live reaction thing.
It's 30 seconds long.
Okay, I'll watch it.
All right, let's just watch it.
All right.
Can you link me?
Like I said, this is a trailer announcement, so it's like a 30-second thing. But the real news is the title. Do you want me to link it to you guys?
I already have it on my phone, so I'm good.
Okay.
I don't have it. I need it.
Yeah, he needs it.
That's the first time I read that.
For those who don't know, Gaming Kid Star and I have been binge watching Steven Universe and Doctor Who.
Yes.
So we have a pattern down. Okay? We're very in sync with how this works.
Yeah, yeah. You can thank Quazi for getting me into both shows, and Star for getting me into Doctor Who as well.
Alright, I'm ready when you guys are.
Are you guys ready?
Me too.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
There's not gonna be a lot of talking through this.
I'm lowering the volume as much as I can so that I don't get.
I turned my volume off because I already watched it, but I know what's going on.
Oh, that was it.
Oh, okay. I was worried they're gonna show more.
Okay, well that was not that
The real
much.
news is look at the title of the video.
It's just called Ghostbusters.
No, who's at the end of it? I see what the meaning. I mean, that's like completely unnecessary to add in there.
Oh
But
yeah.
it's not really news though. We already knew they were gonna be in there.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did. They made
No.
an announcement about the female cast for like the longest time, and I think, well, for spoilers for whoever doesn't want to know this, mute yourself for the next 5 seconds. Bill Murray, in this case here, we kind of always assumed this would happen.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like we assumed, but
I'm just trying to think.
nobody could confirm if he was or not.
Well, wasn't it confirmed that he was in it?
No.
No?
There was a lot of talks about someone who like was protesting or not protesting, but like on the fence because they don't want to do another one for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're the reason why there wasn't a Ghostbusters movie
Uh-huh.
because they refused.
Well, they all came back together for the Ghostbusters game.
They did come back for the
And it
Ghostbusters
was
game.
written by what's his name?
Yeah,
Harold Ramis?
Yeah.
like it's a big news that he's doing it now because it's like he's giving his approval.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
Well, not everything Bill Murray does, you know, not everything he does gives his approval.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Garfield?
Yeah, Garfield was a mess.
The only reason he did Garfield because he read the director's name wrong was just like, that sounds like that famous actor or that famous director.
It's true. So I know I actually talked about this topic on my first episode with Midnight. Are you guys excited for it?
I'll watch it.
It's
I'm not
Ghostbusters, man.
overly excited yet. I'm just interested to see where this is going to go with this.
Yeah.
Excited for stuff.
As I said before on my last podcast episode, there's still a lot of negativity around the film, even though it has no trailers whatsoever, no marketing yet. How do you feel about that?
I half understand it, half don't. In that there is
We've
like
had-
a movie that was so beloved by so many people that it's being remade, and there's so much cynicism about remakes being just like
Well, it's not being remade.
dollar figures.
This
Not
is
remade, sorry.
This is confirmed to be like a spin-off.
Yeah, just another movie in the same franchise. But the idea that it's like expanding the franchise even further, whether it's being done well or
Mhm.
whether it's just being done for a buck, that's one concern. I can see that.
Mhm.
But I'm also a little bit iffy on the whole female cast thing, because nothing about them being female is the fact that it has to be an all-female cast. Is that the choice they're making because it's necessary to the story, or is it just because they want to be PC and say they did it? Because in my mind, when you go and try to get an all-female anything, it feels like anti-feminism in my mind. It's like you're doing it not because they earned it or because they deserve it. You're doing it because you can say you did it. In my mind, if it's going to be actually a true feministic ideals, they earned it to get there, and they're needed to be there. So that's the only thing I like really have kind of grudge against in terms of the marketing about it, saying it has to be an all-female cast, and they got all these comedians who they're going to say is going to be able to replace the characters.
Can I just say that?
Yeah.
The reason we got the announcement trailer for Ghostbusters today, of all days.
Oh, because yes, I know what you're referencing.
We are recording this on
February 14th.
morning of Valentine today. Valentine's Day for the year 2016 was predicted to be the end of the world in Ghostbusters 2.
Yes.
Nice. I
So-
did not get that reference.
That I just looked at the comments of the video and people were like, "Oh, that's why, because of this." That's why we're getting it today. The announcement trailer.
Yeah, I mean, like I said in my last episode, I'm curious to see how they go with it. I'm not entirely against a female cast for Ghostbusters, but I'm not a huge fan of the choices they made with the casting. Like I for one am not a huge fan of Melissa McCarthy whatsoever. Like
Melissa McCarthy.
She's one of the main leads in the film. She's in a lot of the director's previous films, like Spy, Bridesmaids, like, she, what else was she in? Gilmore Girls? Was she in Gilmore Girls, right?
I gotta look at it now. I watched a lot of Gilmore Girls, so I'm not too sure.
I'm also sorry if you can hear me eating this candy.
It's alright.
Oh, her!
Yeah.
What's her face? Not she. She was the kitchen lady.
Kitchen lady?
In Gilmore Girls. Suki. She was Suki.
Mm-hmm.
I like Suki.
Yeah,
Why is she bad?
I'm not. I've seen a couple of her films, and I'm just like, she's doing the same stuff. She's like saying fat jokes all the time, and it's like it's tiresome. And I hope
you get typecast, I guess.
I hope, and I really hope this doesn't happen in Ghostbusters, that she doesn't make a lot of fat jokes, because it gets really tiring.
I don't know. I mean, if you get a fat character, it's very unlikely they won't make a fat joke.
Yeah, that's the problem, because I'm just like, if you're just gonna keep doing those types of jokes, then what's the point? Ghostbusters was a film that I felt had a lot of unique jokes to it, like, and I don't even remember a single fat joke in Ghostbusters.
I'm sure there was something, like something about the big guy for the marshmallow dude and all those different things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure like Bill Murray even made a few. But the
Yeah.
thing is, if you don't make a fat joke and you have a fat actor,
Mm-hmm.
in this case here, the audience will do so. And then, is it not like maybe better to allow them to control the joke
Mm-hmm.
rather than to go in and let it kind of spin out of control?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if that the entire focus of the character is that she's fat, then that's pointless. I agree. There's like one or two, like, yeah, I'm fat. What of it? Make a few jokes here or there at your own expense.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's like fine.
Yeah, I mean, that's just my views of the Ghostbusters, female Ghostbusters film coming out, and
Who are
that
the others?
Kristen Wiig is also in it. Leslie Jones and Kate McKinnon, who are from Saturday Night Live mostly,
Yeah.
and Chris Hemsworth is the Janine.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth is the secretary.
Yes.
Oh, I'm excited now for that.
Mhm.
There's pictures of him, and he's all nerded up, but he's still buff.
Does he have the pointed rim glasses?
Yes.
Nice.
He's dressed as the nerd guy, but he's still like ripped,
Mhm.
Nice.
so it works really well.
And you also see him riding a Ghostbusters motorcycle as well.
Nice.
So I think that's it for the breaking news on Ghostbusters announcement trailer coming. The full trailer is supposed to be released on March 3rd, it said here, and the movie is supposed to come out sometime in June. All right, so that's it for the main questions, and our breaking news, of course. Now we're moving on to the quick questions. So for the quick questions, you just have to say yes or no to if it's a good idea or what do you think of this or whatever. You just have to say yes or no. It's quick, so you just have to shout it out and what you think of it. So our first question, I'll go to Quazi first.
I regret my choices here. All right.
Okay, Voltron is returning to be a TV show on Netflix. Is this a good idea?
What?
Yes. Why would it not be?
What?
Yes, Star.
Yes.
What? That's happening?
Yes.
See? I didn't even watch it, and I still am excited about it.
All right. Star, how about our next question for you?
Okay.
Are you okay?
No,
He's having an aneurysm right now.
my childhood just came back to me like in full force brick wall style.
All right.
I gotta watch that. I gotta watch that when it comes out.
All right.
Anyway.
Daredevil season 2 is gonna have a trailer tomorrow on YouTube, and is supposed to premiere in March. Are you excited?
Yes.
Yes. For Daredevil, not the trailer.
Well, yeah, obviously.
All right. Going back to you, Quasi. Our third question: The Division is having an open beta this month, February 19th to the 21st. Do you think this game will be a big success?
Success, yes. Good, meh.
All right, and this last question is for the both of you. Starter, you will answer first, and then Quasi will go to you. Saw 8 has been rumored to be in development by Lionsgate and is going to be titled Saw Legacy. Do you think it's a good idea, or should this franchise be left alone?
Heck. I don't even want to comment.
Quasi?
It should have died after the first Saw movie.
Why is it still going?
And that's how it is.
Why is it still going?
It's just rumored. It's just
I mean,
rumored.
They're just weekends at burning the dead body of the franchise right now. Just let it go.
It's money.
I am angry at the people who still pay money to see it.
I'm angry at people who pay money to get the movies made.
I want them to pay money. I want them to pay and waste their money as punishment for what they're about to do. But this is a franchise that has no redeeming value whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't think they should make it personally. It's just I've seen the Saw films. They're fine, but they're not a film that I see 7 sequels to. Like, that's just ridiculous.
I see the first Saw and I'm like, sorry, what exactly is here to warrant 7 sequels?
Nah, it's just...
Yeah.
The first Saw at least had an interesting take on the storyline, and it was the twist. But then everything after that was just... It's pointless.
Yeah.
Really?
Anyways, I think that's it for our podcast today. Thank you guys so much for being here, both Quasi and Star.
That was
No
it?
worries.
Yeah, that was it. I mean, that's all I had on my list here.
You woke me up early for this.
Do you want more?
You gotta use Star's time, bro.
So you promised me?
You want more time then?
Now it is the
I'm
podcast after hours.
I'm just being.
All teachers who are marking, prepare for curse words.
No. I think, are we done, guys?
Alright.
Alright.
I'm just dropping you. Don't worry.
All right. Well, I thought you were legitimately mad at me. I was like, oh boy.
I just wanted to do that. I just want to be like, woke me up for this.
It's almost 11 already. And I think,
11 a.m.
yeah, but it's almost 11. Anyways, I thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you guys getting here.
No, I was so glad to do this. Don't worry.
No worries, man. It was fun.
Yeah.
You're a good-
Did you guys have a good time?
Yeah, you did a good job.
Thank you.
You're a good friend of mine. I always have a good time talking to you.
So, Quasi, they can find you on your Twitter, right? If,
Sure, if they want to.
I can link. Do you want me to link it in the description?
Okay, sure.
And Star, they can find you both on Twitter and Twitch.
And Twitch TV. I do have a almost daily stream. I stream almost every day at 1 p.m. Pacific.
Good to know. All right. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys are new to the One Take Podcast,
Age, go.
if you guys are new to the One Take Podcast channel, make sure you subscribe for more episodes in the coming weeks. I'm already gonna announce it this Saturday. I'm having another one with a special guest who is I know from Twitch, and next Sunday I'm having another double guest episode with Midnight again, and the same one that's going to be on Saturday, and sometime next week, you guys know him. I'm gonna have a guest. I'm gonna have a very special guest, SYT Yoshi.
Oh.
Wait, he agreed to actually talk?
He agreed.
Did talk out loud?
He sent me his Skype info.
Huh.
Yeah, he just got a Skype account yesterday. I was talking to him.
Oh, okay.
You talked to him?
Yeah.
He talks?
Have you not met Yoshi yet? He was
I
in
have.
class.
I have. It's very hard getting him to talk. Or
He
emote.
talks. He reminds me of that taxi driver in Daredevil.
This is the same guy who I hugged at PAX, and he went...
To be fair, you surprise people by glomping on them at the last minute.
Does that matter?
Well, you almost broke my collarbone, so yes, it does matter.
All right.
All right. Well, we're done here for
Add up.
we're done here for today. Thank you again, guys, for watching, and I hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day. I'll see you guys next time.
Bye.